Player 2 has joined the game.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our very first ever tiers ranking here on Two Player Co-op. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Shawan.
How we doing?
Fantastic.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga, indeed. So we're coming off Summer Game Fest. We got a release date for Shredder's Revenge. We still don't have a release date for the Cowabunga Collection, but
I thought for sure this would be out before Shredder.
me too.
I thought this would be like an
A lead-in.
appetizer.
It should have been, which kind of makes me worried. But
Yeah.
I've been watching different tier videos lately. I don't know why, but I finally discovered them, and now I've seen people making tiers on Twitter and just
I see it on Twitter all the time. I didn't know it was a
and I'm
video
like,
thing.
what the hell is this?
It makes perfect sense for
Yeah.
us.
So we're going to do our first ever tier, possibly our first of many. Who knows?
Let us know what you think if you want to see more. We're probably going to do more regardless unless you really, really hate this.
Yeah. But we wanted to do we wanted to go through all 13 games in the Cowabunga Collection and rank them from S to D. Thank you to whoever created this ranking because it's amazing and we really appreciate it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go arcade, NES, Game Boy, 16-bit.
Okay.
Now, we're not saying if we rank something in S tier, we don't think it's like the greatest game ever. We are ranking these games on this tier.
And we're not, there's no like, within S, we've got these four, and we think this one is the best. If they're an S, they're all the same.
S, yeah.
I mean, we may have our own thoughts, but we're not.
Right.
We're just doing the tiers.
All right, so first up is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, the actual arcade game, not TMNT 2.
So this is the very first one we do. This is tough. I think we need to set a precedent right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is good, but nostalgia is off the charts. And this is our thing. We can do whatever we want.
Yep.
But are we doing like quality of the game or just how much we like it?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I mean, these games are Ninja Turtles games.
Yes.
So they are what they are. My initial thought with this is that
to me, it's either S or A. I think it's near the top.
it's at least A is what I was going to say, yes. So I think we've got at least 2 S tier. Actually, I would argue 3, but we'll get there. S tier games. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2. We've got at least 3 S tiers in my mind.
Yeah.
This is like...
And this is also all relative.
Correct.
So we're not saying, let's say we say that Ninja Turtles arcade game is an S tier game. We're saying it's an S tier game for this,
Turtles games.
Yes. It's not like
out of this list.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Relative to the.
It's either an A. It's an A or an S.
Yeah. I'm kind of okay with going S on this. I mean, it's the original. I have
tell
so
me
many memories.
We're
from
going
like
S tier.
the bowling alley and wherever that we would play this game. And again, I know it's a separate game. We'll get to it later. But when we got basically this game on the NES and our mind, I mean, it was like one of the best Christmas presents.
It was the
ever.
best.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there in our stupid sweaters. And
Yes.
Okay, you could make the argument to me that the original Ninja Turtles game in the arcade is better than the arcade version of Turtles in Time. However, I think it is also S tier.
I think that's where nostalgia comes into play.
The SNES game is better.
The SNES game is probably almost certainly better. The arcade probably too. But this game has so much extra for us, I think, from a nostalgia standpoint that even though it maybe is not the better game, I could see this being an S and Turtles in Time Arcade maybe only being an A. I don't know where it'll end up.
This is Turtles in Time Arcade, I'm saying. Okay, never mind. I moved on and you didn't. Sorry. I put Turtles as an S.
I agree.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, even though Turtles in Time Arcade may be a better game than this.
Okay.
It may only end up as like an A, where we've got this as an S because of that nostalgia and what it means to us. So
we put way more time into the original arcade game than we did the arcade Turtles in Time.
And like I said,
and also
many
the
times,
SNES version is better.
I don't know that I do not think of Turtles in Time as an arcade game ever. I kind of forgot that it was. I'm not entirely sure that I ever played it in the arcade. I probably did.
If
but
this video somehow gets a lot of views and we put this as an A tier game, people are going to be pissed. But I'm kind of leaning that
Turtles
way.
in Time?
Yeah.
Why
it's at least an A.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only reason I'm hesitant on the S is that I know the Super Nintendo version is better.
Right.
We've got more levels. We've got Slash instead of stupid friggin' Clayface, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
In the dinosaur level.
No, I'm fine with Turtles in Time Arcade being A.
Wow.
I'm okay with it.
We're going to piss people off. All right, it's an A. Woo-wee. All right.
Hot take starting early.
TMNT on the NES. Now,
all right, here's a hot take.
Frickin' God almighty.
I like this game.
This
game is very, very difficult.
It's stupid difficult.
But I also really... I think I loved this game, and then I hated it because of how hard it was. But I think over time, I kind of want to beat this game for the first time.
Oh, I
when
will.
This collection comes
will.
out.
Yes, with Rewind.
And now I'm not saying it's not S tier. I'm not sure if it's even A tier, but I think I could go up to a B with it. I think a lot of people do not like this game, but I think a lot of people that don't like it just don't. They just think it's too difficult, and that's a completely valid point. I would go as high as a B. And the other thing about this, we don't have to agree. If I say it's a B and you think it's a D, well, then it's a C. So, I mean, we don't have to.
I don't think it's a D, but also you saying a D just.
I would go B.
I would say C plus.
I think this game more than most of these other games, other than like Tournament Fighters and stuff like that, actually give you more. The turtles play differently, more so than they do in a lot of the beat 'em up games.
The thing I hate about this game is the duck attacks. You don't duck and then go this way. You go down, and I get it for it in certain levels. But if I'm just ducking and I got a friggin' mosquito flying above my head and I got a mouser coming at me, I don't want to be Leo going like I'm rowing a friggin' boat or something. You know.
Yeah.
I'm
going to go B. So, and it's our first episode, we can set precedents. I think whenever we have something that, if you think it's a C, so it would end up as a C and a half, a C plus, if you will.
Well, but I'm saying C. I'm saying C plus. So I think it would.
So I think we just
B.
round up.
Okay.
If we ever end up between tiers, by default, I think we just round it up. So
Turtles 1 is a B. Now we've got TMNT 2, the arcade game. The best ever name of a game. Are you kidding me? They literally called it
the arcade game, but not the arcade game.
I love this game. We have put it's like we played this more than 3, for sure.
Yes.
Did we play this more than Street Fighter? It's probably not.
I don't think so. No.
Because this was hot for about a year. We played Street Fighter ever since we got it in 93 September, I think. We played it nonstop.
Yeah.
Great game, but not on the level of 3.
Correct.
I would say. We've already done a versus episode 3-1, but 3-1. That sounded weird.
3-1-2.
Hike.
You sounded hike.
Hairball. The fact that this game even got made, coming from what the hell they had to try, the fact that they got this playable with 2 extra levels, 2 more bosses, Pizza Hut icons everywhere, which are not in the Cowabunga collection, which is going to make me sad. And apparently they had to change some music too, for the actual theme song, which might just make me cry. But I think this is higher than a.
I think it's like an A or B. I almost think it's sacrilege to put it at the same level as 1.
Yeah.
and it's also not as good as the arcade, but still, again, it gets a huge nostalgia boost for us. Not up to an S tier, but in my mind, it's an A.
All right, I agree. It's an A. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. This game came out, I believe, in 93, I think.
It was late on the NES.
So like 2 years after the SNES launched in North America. A year after, I could be wrong, but I think it was a year after Turtles in Time came out on the SNES. This is the most underrated Ninja Turtles. Well, I don't know that because I haven't played all the new games or whatever. But on this list, I think this is the most underrated game on this.
I think because
period.
it was a new game for the NES, it didn't have the arcade equivalent. I think a lot of people, I think it flies under the radar. I think it is a better game than 2. I don't know how you argue that it's not.
To me, I'm just going to say it right now. This is one of my S tier games. I think this game
it's at least an A. So even if you say S and I'm an A, it goes up to an S.
Well, so here's my reason. It took everything that TMNT 2 did and it did better.
Everything better. Yeah.
The graphics are better. The sound is better.
The gameplay, the attacks are better.
The turtles are all different. You can flip these.
Yeah, the flip attack was awesome. You'd pretty much do that.
You've got different special attacks.
They've got unique
for every
special attacks, not just
yes.
Hi-yah! Hi-yah! Like they've got their own. Like Raph has his drill. I think Leo does a spin thing.
Donnie does the roll, and then the Mikey does the mule kick thing.
Like, oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
This game is S tier for me. When it comes to Turtles games, I think this game is S tier.
I would give it. Yeah, it's an S.
All right. Bam. Now to the Game Boy.
All right. I'm leaning heavy on you here.
Okay, TMNT Fall of the Foot Clan. I like this game better than the second.
So what I would say, I've played this game. I don't think I've played the second or the third. I think for this collection of games, it's probably on the low end. I'm thinking maybe a C. Part of me is tempted to boost it a little bit because I think, well, I'm just saying, I'm already taking into account it's based off of this collection of games. But I also think just for a Game Boy game, which Game Boy, it's pretty bad. The Mario games are good. Tetris is Tetris. You can play that anywhere. But like Game Boy games in general, kind of pretty bad.
Yeah.
This game, I remember actually being playable and being kind of fun, which you can't say about a lot of Game Boy games.
I would say this game...
But it is not... Yeah, I wouldn't go up to a B. It's definitely not a D. I think it's a C.
Okay. It's at least a C. So I think I'm fine with that. I will... We're going to make it a C. What I was going to say... Well, it didn't work. There we go. I can't even tell if that's the right game.
I think so.
It's so small on the screen. I do not like the second one. I hate. Supposedly the graphics are better. I hate the way this game looks. Do you remember this?
Wait, so we're on to the second one.
The second one.
I don't remember. Does it play like the first? Like the first one is almost. It's not a beat 'em up. It plays more like
it's the
action
first
platformer.
One.
Yeah. Is that how 2 and 3 also are, or do they try to be more?
3 is
beat 'em
different,
up?
but I'll get there.
Okay.
2 I hate because
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking.
Then I don't have to stand up and do it. Thank God. TMNT 2 on Game Boy, the sprites look good, but the walking animation, the attack animation, the jump attacks, everything that you actually do in the game.
Oh, the sprites are huge.
Looks,
Back from the Sewers. Is that what 2 is?
Yeah, it looks.
We're gonna get
apple bottom jeans. It looks like absolute dog shit. I hate wait. Okay. Remember when Dwight comes into Jim's room when Kathy was trying to sleep with Jim, okay? Mm-hmm. He's like, "Did you see the
all smug and
watch how they walk in this stupid friggin' game. They walk like this."
He's like tiptoeing around like
look at him.
The jump when he does the jump kick, that looks like something we would draw. Where his body,
just wait,
like
when you can do a slide attack too, and it's the exact same thing. You're just on the ground. To me, this is D tier.
To me, I don't know that it's that much worse. Just watching it, it doesn't seem like it's that much worse than the first one.
The gameplay is similar, but looking at it, it just pisses me off.
I will say the graphics are. You may not like the style, and some
Correct.
of the animations are kind of weird. But just if you just pause the game,
if you don't see it moving, it's cool.
that looks pretty good. For
But once he starts
8-bit.
moving, going, he was all
Smug and self-sad. Look, what a tiny skateboard.
because Game Boy.
I'm fine. I could go a C, but if you think it's a D, I'm also
I'm
fine
going
because
D.
I haven't played the game.
I'm
so-
going D. I hate this game. All right, then we have Radical Rescue TMNT 3 on the Game Boy. I'm
The
so
Game
tired.
Boy.
I've
The
had
Game
such
Boy.
A long day on the Game
Oh.
Boy. What?
No, I'm just looking. It's
TMNT 3 on the Game Boy is very much underrated, like TMNT 3 on the NES is. This is a game where you start off. You start off.
it's got like
Mikey.
vertical.
You start as Mikey. You have to save your brothers because he was like chilling in the sewer and they were all,
Of course, he was
being all.
smug and self-satisfied.
They get captured. You got to
climb the
save
wall.
them. It's a freaking Metroidvania.
Really?
Yes. You save the turtles. You get more abilities
the
so you
world.
can shut up. So you can unlock new areas with the turtles' powers. This is probably the most underrated game on this list.
This is why
That might be a hot take, but I do not care.
This is why I wish I don't even know if they were rumors. This is probably just something somebody came up with that WB would make an Arkham style game.
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, yeah, would make.
But I
which
mean,
perfect.
WB owns it. Yeah.
Yeah, would make a Ninja Turtles version of the Arkham games because I think that would. Those are pretty much Metroidvania. I think that would be so cool. You could really have the different turtles play differently when you've got the whole. I just think it opens it up so much. It actually does. I'm kind of looking forward to playing this.
Exactly. Now, I'm not going to go.
I'll yield to you here. But I think it's at least a C.
We've got 1 is C, 2 is D. I think this is a B. I'm not going to go up to an A.
I'm okay with that.
I think in the future, if we get more experience, it could be an A. But
Okay.
right now, I'm happy with a B. And now we get into the games that we know and love. Well, actually,
That we know.
the next two. Turtles in Time on the SNES is an S.
There's not
nothing
much,
else.
nothing else to
This
debate.
is one of the best beat 'em ups ever made. It's better than the arcade game. It is just, I love this game so much that I can remember spending the night with Tom Johnston at Paul Lutman's house. R.I.P. God Almighty. But he had a quote unquote big TV in his basement, and it was like not even black and white. It was like sepia. I can remember one time we spent the night over there and we played until 3 or 4 in the morning. TMNT 4 non-friggin' stop on a sepia TV. That's how good this freaking game is.
Wow.
This game is S rank, and I don't know what else you can say.
No, there's
never.
I've given my thoughts many times on the beat 'em up genre.
Yeah.
But again, for this collection of games, it's arguably the best, other than maybe like Streets of Rage 2
Or 4, or hopefully
and maybe
Shredder's
4.
Revenge. Yeah.
It's arguably the best
It's ever been.
beat 'em up game. So yeah, it's 100%.
I cannot wait. We are planning to do a versus episode of the arcade and 4. Pit them against each other, although we just said who the winner is, so whatever. But it'd be fun to play through both games completely. That's going to be hell on me editing it to get 2.5 hours of gameplay down to like 30 minutes, but I'll figure it out. Whatever. It's an S tier. That's all there is.
Yeah.
Okay. Hyperstone Heist. Nostalgia through the roof. It's this and TMNT 2 when it comes to nostalgia, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think it's an A.
I do too.
There's aspects of it that I think may be better than Turtles in Time, but it just feels like your typical Genesis
Sega
version of a
Of a
Super
better
Nintendo
game.
version. Yeah, there's only 5 levels. There's the
5
weird
levels.
like
One of
gauntlet
them is a
level where they
boss
were
rush.
like, we don't know, just here, all right, boss rush.
I
Here.
like that
that'll
we-
pad it.
I like that we get Tatsu. I like that we get Rocksteady, which wasn't in. Oh no, he was in Turtles. No, he was in Turtles. No, we get Baxter pre-fly, which is cool. But that boss
white guy.
rush, huh?
for a white guy.
God damn it. The boss rush is padding and like realizing that they were like, we got to get this out as quick as we can.
Yeah.
The game is easy. You can't throw enemies at the screen. Mode 7. I feel like they could have done that on Genesis. It would just be like bing,
It would.
bing,
It wouldn't
bing.
have looked great, but they could have. They could have gotten it in there.
I love this game, but I can't call it an S tier if I'm being
No,
honest.
I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be an A.
Then we've got the Tournament Fighters trilogy, and I'm just going to put the NES game in D. Indeed. This game sucks.
It's terrible.
It's horrible. Moving on.
If we did have an F, it would probably
We
be
would
an
put
F,
it there.
but
Okay. So the Genesis version. This game sucks. But it's not as bad as the NES.
I'm thinking C.
Me too.
I think a B would be.
There's
not a
no
B.
way
it's
it's
a
a B.
C.
I think the Genesis version had some cool ideas with the clone turtles and all that. And come on, baby.
But like
That was more accurate.
But like, why?
Why is April fighting in space?
There's something to be said about
I
the
mean,
cast
also
of characters
there's
in
Ninja
both
Turtles.
games.
Yeah.
But like, this had what? The Ninja Turtles,
Stingray.
Casey Jones, April, and then Stingray and Sisyphus, or was Sisyphus Super Nintendo?
No, Sisyphus was on this, but was he the Stingray?
No, that was Manta Ray. Manta Ray is the Stingray. Sisyphus is like a beetle.
Oh yeah. So much.
And then
yeah.
okay, so it's borderline. I mean, it is a fighting game, but it's a fighting game maybe no better than like Deadly Moves or something. Like it's.
I would say Deadly Moose is better.
That's what I'm saying. At least the Super Nintendo one, which we'll get to. I mean, we're kind of there now. We've already decided on Genesis. The Super Nintendo Tournament Fighters plays.
It's a
feels,
functional
looks,
game.
sounds like a fighting game. It's not a great one, but it looks and feels like it belongs in the genre.
It's not Street Fighter.
This
2.
one does not.
Yeah.
It is leaps and bounds beyond the Nintendo version, but that's not saying much.
Also, for crying out loud, I think that this came out in either 94 or 95. I think it was 94. The 6-button controller has been out for like a year and a half by the time this came out, and you use 3 buttons for a fighting
I had
game.
forgotten about that.
3 buttons. It plays like crap. The Shredder isn't even in the game.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, he's Cyber Shredder, whatever. But like, we bought this game. We bought this.
I forgot that we owned it, and we had rented it too. We rented it.
And we're like,
We played it,
yeah,
and we
go.
decided still
$60, 50,
to
whatever
buy
it was.
or at least get it for a present or something. But
All right, so the last game on the list, we've got Tournament Fighters SNES.
I think it's a B.
Agreed.
I think if Nintendo's a D and we're saying Genesis is a C, I think this is a B. It's certainly not an A or an S. I think a Turtles fighting game could, like, I'm kind of shocked they haven't tried again. Mm-hmm. Maybe this has just soured everybody, like, but like
there was TMNT Smash Up, which is a complete Smash knockoff in like 07 or something, after the CGI movie came out in 06, 07, whatever it was. But it was
like,
bad.
I feel like the Ninja Turtles universe, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just since we never really followed the comics much.
Yeah.
It seems like it's expanded, or it's, I don't know, because of like the Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
I think it's reached a new generation. They've probably introduced new characters and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
you could have a 20, 24 character roster for a fighting game. Obviously the 4 Turtles, throw April in there if you want, Casey, Splinter, Shredder, Krang, Bebop, Rocksteady, Slash. Like, you could easily
Baxter,
get to 20
yeah.
or so people, and if you do
Slash
it right,
would be freaking awesome.
it would easily work as a fighting game. They haven't gotten it right yet. Super Nintendo obviously
Was
I
the
think was the
closest.
closest, but like, this should work.
Yeah.
If I don't know, but
I really like this game, but I do think B, it's not as good.
I remember when we did the verses, I was
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised by it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought this was just we were comparing trash
because
to
we knew
trash.
Genesis was trash. Yeah.
It's a decent, it holds up, I would say, as a fighting game. It is much better. Like, if you ranked all the fighting games throughout time, it's easily in the top
third.
The top half, top third.
The Genesis.
Pretty much all like 15 Street Fighter games are going to be better than it. Probably all the Mortal Kombat games. But like once you get past Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I know like people love like Tekken and stuff, but like
and all that, yeah.
But it's up there. It's easily in the top half for the fighting games. I think the way we like our fighting games.
I agree, and I think also like it's like the pixel art in this near the end of the life of the SNES is just amazing. I love it. It's easy to control. You've just got 4 buttons to do your super move. It's just like hard punch and hard kick. You just push them to get, which was one of the iconic moments in our Versus series when we figured that out. But like I think this game's good, very good, good to very good. I would say, but not as good as Hyperstone or the arcade game or Turtles in Time.
Correct. Yeah.
So overall, I think I'm happy with our tiers. So what we have, again. S tier, the original arcade game, TMNT 3, the Manhattan Project, TMNT 4, Turtles in Time. A tier, we've got the Turtles in Time arcade game, TMNT 2, the arcade game, and the Hyperstone Heist. B tier, the original NES TMNT game. We've got TMNT 3, Radical Rescue, and Tournament Fighters on the SNES. C tier, we've got Fall of the Foot Clan on Game Boy and the Genesis Tournament Fighters. And then for D tier, we've got... I can't even read it because it's so far away. We've got TMNT
Radical Rescue. Or no, it's the 2.
We've got
remember what it's called. Back from the Sewers or something.
Back from the Sewers on Game Boy and Tournament Fighters on the NES. We really need a F tier or garbage tier. Maybe we'll do that for our next one.
So I think that we came out pretty well
even.
Balanced, as balanced as you can be.
Yep.
I like that through the tier we've got arcade, NES, Super NES. Okay. Then we've got
arcade,
NES, Genesis. Okay. We got NES, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Genesis, Game Boy, Nintendo. There's no repeats in any of them. I think everything ended up pretty well. Not that we were trying to, but I like how it turned out. I'm okay with all those rankings.
I like it. So that's our first tiers list here on 2-Player Co-op. If you like this, let us know. Like the video, share it, subscribe, all that other stuff. Hit the comment section, blah, 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 blah. If you want to see us do more in the future, let us know. But
if you have suggestions, we'll take them. They don't all need to be video game related. We always like to do like food related things.
I was just going to say mild sauce. We could do Taco Bell sauces.
Taco Bell items, fast food. I mean, we've kind of done them in the past, but like, this is unlimited content for us.
We just can't do like Raymond episodes or Better Call Saul. Like I'm not going to be able to remember what's the best episode. Well, I mean it's 509. It's Bad Choice Road or whatever it was called. It was Bagman and then Bad Choice Road, and then Something Unforgivable. What is wrong with you? But yeah, let us know. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing. Cowabunga!